Aloha. Good evening. This is Andrew Aloha live out of Tucson, Arizona with Spiritual Productions on Blog Talk Radio and FreeConferencing.com and Webinar Jam, establishing and maintaining right relationships through human values. Aloha and welcome to tonight's Andrew Aloha live with Rion DeRouen. Is that how you say your name, Rion?
Yeah, Rion DeRouen. Well, in French it's DeRouen, but in I guess you can say DeRouen. DeRouen. Yes.
Okay, DeRouen. Well, and thank you for being here. This is a History in the Making Part 2. We've never done this before. We've never gone on a webinar jam, and so that's that's where we're at right now. We're doing this live video conference and over Blog Talk Radio and free conferencing. So if you want to come and join us on the conference on the video area, again, go to spiritualhumansproductions.com. There's a link on an icon that says Facebook. There's a Facebook icon. Click on that, and in the Facebook fan page, you'll see the link to get into the video. So anyhow, thank you for being here, Rion. And we're going to talk about Team Light and what Team Light's all about. But first of all, what I want to do is kind of get to know who Rion is.
Okay.
Who is Rion? Where are you coming from? How where'd you grow up at? And so forth. Go for it.
No worries.
It's all you.
My name is Rion DeRouen. I grew up in Manhattan Beach, California. Born and raised. Grew up surfing, soccer, football, all those things. Grew up by the beach. I love where I grew up. Manhattan Beach is a very beautiful place. So is California. About 4.5 years ago, I was activated about 5 years ago, right when I graduated college. I had been astral projecting for about practicing a technique that I had developed for about 8 months, and I also was sun charging in my backyard. And there's a really nice video that actually explains. It's called Human Hybrid, and you can find that at DRO7 on YouTube, or Rion Orion7 on YouTube. There's a very nice explanation of basically my waking up story. I think that's much easier for you guys to check that out. But as far as me waking up and experiencing and waking up out of 3D, some beings like to call it the Matrix. Some beings like to call it our holographic matrix based in the physical. Whatever vernacular or vocabulary you wish to choose, I made a frequency shift, timeline shift, around 5 years ago. One of the things that really triggered me in my awakening, because usually when someone awakens, they usually go through...
now, Rion, hang on a second. Rion?
Yeah.
Rion?
Yes.
Rion?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I can hear you.
Can you, somehow there's distortions going on, and maybe it's because we have so many people on here right now. So can you talk a little bit slower, please?
Oh,
there's
yes.
Some distortions going on.
Yes, I can talk slower.
Thank you.
Okay, so okay, here we go. So about 5 years ago, on my 29th birthday at 2:38 p.m., my third eye came on. Okay, long story short. Ever since then, not only see auras and people's energy fields, but I actually see their higher selves standing behind them. I see the cables of energy that the beings run up and down on. I see the I see the rings of dimensional beings actually inputting their consciousness into the matrix. I see basically the wiring, the hardware of our holographic matrix, and that is kind of how my sight is. I have a very specific skill set that I kind of grew into, and I think that skill set has carried. I brought that with me. I think many starseeds here on Earth and a lot of awakened beings, my fellow angelics as well, and awesome light workers across planet Earth, I feel many of the lessons and things that we know how to inherently do, we bring with us here. So I felt that I remembered very, very quickly some of the things and some of the tasks that needed to be accomplished within my group that I was working with at the time and still am to this day, Team Light. You can check it out at teamlight.com. But some very, very gifted healers, channelers, light workers, grid workers, some of my best friends, and really privileged and proud of what has been accomplished since I woke up, obviously in the last 5 years. So, what would you like me to be specific on, Andrew? Can you hear me? Andrew.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
thanks.
Fantastic. So, when we first started here on Team Light, and like I said, Team Light and what it represents is a group of all light beings, all sentient beings here on planet Earth who wish to raise the planet's frequency. We come from our hearts. We come from integrity. Our goal is to aid and facilitate a smooth transition for all. Our aid is to point out some of the things that might need to be worked on. Our goal is to help our brothers and sisters out of some of the transitions, and through our own experience, some of the stuff that we had to go through. My main purpose is to try to help those that are going through very similar things to not struggle as hard or as much as I did. I think that's any brother, older sister, or a family member would want for their friends, and I think that's the easiest way we do that for one another, by sharing our experiences and what works and kind of what we all experience, whether it be good or bad, but trying to find the solution-based programming, solution-based operations on Earth to help facilitate a faster and smoother transition. The main thing about it is to truly step into your power, to awaken, to go through initiations, to go through some of the trials you're going to have, to be able to walk in integrity and have your higher selves and your oversoul stare at you as you're making these decisions, double checking, is that really what you want to do, son or daughter? Is that truly how you would want to be treated? To remember some of the things that are universal truths that go far beyond Earth story, to understand our ET heritage of where we come from, to understand how, in the timeline, how the things that have affected our consciousness, and then to find the solutions to those things so we can undo what has been done to our collective consciousness and transmute some of that negativity and truly anchoring the light here in 3D. And I think that's what many people feel in their hearts is very important for all, especially the generations to come. How is that, Andrew?
You're doing good. You're doing good. I'm in the process of literally just now getting to open.
No problem.
Okay, here you. Okay, now you can hear me. I'm in the process of opening up BlogTalkRadio's switchboard, so that and so right now, so just with where you're at right now is perfect. Just continue with where you're going. And now let me ask you this again. I don't know that you mentioned it. Where did you grow up at?
Oh, I grew up in Manhattan Beach, California. Hence my vocabulary, maybe. Yeah, bro, it's totally awesome, dude. Definitely like that vocabulary. I think bro and brother is universal. Definitely on my travels, I definitely like the word brother. It bypasses many cultural differences, and everyone kind of understands that it's love, and it's all about love. And truly, what I feel from my heart, and from my perspective, I'm seeing right now, and being in Sedona, the main reason that, and the people that live in Sedona in the spiritual community can testify to, is that it's a different frequency. It's a higher frequency living in Sedona. You have to increase your output and input of information to be able to bypass some of the consciousness that might have affected you your entire incarnation in a very fast timeline. And to understand to hold a position and to hold a seat in Sedona is very important and a blessing in many ways, and we do this for the entire planet. I understand that some of the things that I'm experiencing, especially in my house and with my friends and my group of beings, we are going very, very, very fast as far as human consciousness is concerned. But to understand that I constantly want to remind all who are on their own individual ascension paths, that to get out of the judgment mode is key. To get into your heart is key. To clear your mind and have clarity in your center is key. But to truly walk the walk is different than reading about it in a book at times. You know, there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. You know, knowledge is fantastic, but knowledge plus experience gives you wisdom. Many of these things I've learned and translated my Californian dude accent is because I've actually had to learn on the job. I didn't get the same education. I mean, I went to college and everything, but as far as the spiritual education I learned from my higher selves. I was always told and taught from the very beginning to go inside. I was taught from the very beginning when I woke up 5 years ago that, you know, you will be tested. You know, you will have to understand and, you know, navigate your way through this labyrinth, which is known as, you know, the 3D and this density. And my only thing I can say about that for all my friends and family across the planet is that, you know, labyrinths might seem very scary, you know, at times. You know, kind of like if you guys saw Wrath of the Titans when they do a 3D view of Tartarus, right? But here's the deal. It's not so scary if you can climb up on top of the walls of the maze and actually just learn how to glide from pillar to pillar and make it right out of the exit, right to the exit, right to the light, and right on out. You don't have to keep your head down and navigate through this maze. You go up. If you want the easiest exit, the easiest facilitation, the one thing I can truly share with you, with your vibration being raised, and raising your vibration and coming out of judgment, that path becomes clear and clear for you. And everything that you will go through, and every reflection, and every single being you will meet in this life also has past reflections of past lives. Okay? Old brothers and sisters, friends on the battlefield. I mean, you know, old girlfriends, wives, you know, twin flames, whatever it might be for you. But to understand that as we're all, you know, this is all culminating here now as we begin this golden age, which we have all begun, to understand that to live without judgment is the key. Because to truly feel the unconditional love that we all really want to feel, to be a part of that, you have to be about that. And you have to feel that. And when that begins to flow through you, to truly feel like that, then you're beginning to raise your frequency. Then you're beginning to understand what it feels like to be an angel on earth. Then you begin to see what Source is really about and where our energy and our love really comes from. Because that's an unconditional love. There is no conditions to it. It's love regardless. And to see those that are doing ill doings as mischievous, as unknowing, but do not judge, you know, to stay out of judgment. Because I have a very funny higher self. He reminds me of, if you mix Sean Connery with Gandalf, you know, mixed with Magneto. Okay, that's one of my higher selves on my Syrian side. And he says to me, you know, very cool, calm, and collectively, "Judge not, yet ye be judged, son." So to understand, you know, in this, and where we are and what we're doing as stewards of this planet, and to see the caliber of our higher selves of truly who we are, you know, and what we're really here to do, to understand that to not judge others, you know, because unless you want to be judged, you know, Big J always said, you know, "He who has not sinned cast the first stone." You know, that kind of stopped the whole crowd in their tracks, you know, so to think that we've all made these experiences here together, collectively. It wasn't tick for tack, or you did this, or I did this. We chose to make this experience together, okay? So to not, and to remember that, you know, I like to think about my life and my incarnation here. Of all the friends and family I've met, I like to think about it almost kind of like, you know, when someone passes away, and maybe they might not have been the nicest person, but after they pass away, you really can't say anything kind of bad about them. I'm talking about family, you know, members and people that have passed on, and why is that? Because that's how I kind of feel about this whole incarnation, for a sense. I only want to remember the best in people. I only want to remember the great things they did. I don't care what your past is. We've all come from dark places. But, you know, the time that we spend together creating this new heaven on earth, that's what's important. What's important is the present. What's important is the path you choose now. What's important is the being you wish to be now. And as you balance and integrate your light and shadow selves to understand that it's your choice in this free will zone, in this density, to be the being that you were truly meant to be, not what you were told to be, but what type of being do you want to be? I want to be a being that can walk my walk. I want to be a being that can share my experience and help my brothers and sisters because I love them unconditionally. I want to be a being that sees heaven brought to earth. I want to be a being that sees smiles on the new generations and all my friends' faces when I go and meet them. That's the type of reality I wish to live in, and that's the type of reality I wish we could all work towards getting towards. And so that's what I truly feel in sharing that love with everyone across the planet. That's what I really want, and that's from my heart. How's that answer? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's like a delayed effect. So as you speak, but yeah, that's definitely on target. On target. I tell you what. Let's take a breather. Let's play some music right now. Take a little bit of time to just kind of stretch our legs a little bit. I'm going to play this song called "Heaven Is Now" by Paul Armitage from his album Heaven on Earth. We're going to send out love, blessings, healings, angels of light to everybody here in the chat rooms, on the phone lines, to all our family and friends, to all our vehicles, to our places of residence that take care of us, to all the animals and the kids and the plants on the planet, especially the ones in need, to the President of the United States, his family and friends, to the military, to all those people and their families. Anyone you want to add to that, Ryan?
All my fellow brothers and sisters on the path, and all of those seeking the path.
Awesome. And to everyone else.
Say again?
Okay, hang on a second. Okay, and to everyone else in need and concern, we will be back. Heaven on, and I don't know if the people. I don't know if the people in the chat room are going to be able to hear this. I apologize if you can't. But as soon as this is over, then we're going to come back to Ryan, and we're going to talk to Ryan about Team Light. Heaven Is Now by Paul Armitage from his album Heaven on Earth. And whoops. And we're back. This is Andrew Aloha live out of Tucson, Arizona, with Spiritual Image Productions on Blog Talk Radio, freeconferencing.com, and now History Making Part 2 Webinar Jam. So I want to thank all of you guys that have shown up. Ed, let me see, Ermund, Kid, Alexandra, Antonio, Carlos Washington, Cosmin WW, Antonio, Chemo, Sabi. I don't know where the rest of the people are, but anyhow, I want to thank all of you guys for stopping by. I appreciate that you're taking your time and just checking in and just checking it out. So again, this is the first time we've ever done this on Webinar Jam. And I want to thank you, Ryan, for being a part of this. I think it took the right person to be able to do this, because I don't think anybody else that had less technical skills would have been able to do this, because this is a pretty good sized undertaking. But and again, we're talking about Team Light. We're on Andrew Aloha Live. We're talking to Ryan about Team Light. Now, Team Light. I guess maybe Team Light. What is Team Light? Is it a group? Is it just you? Is
no,
it an endeavor?
No. It's a group of beings that have been working on the grid now for about 5 years. It's we have a very tight-knit group, and then it kind of expanded. And obviously, any light being, any sentient being, any being of awesomeness who wishes to raise the frequency of planet Earth, raise the frequency of mass consciousness, and do that with the highest intent, then you are, if you agree with those first 3 things, then you are a member of Team Light. We're just here to help facilitate the shift, and we bring many different skill sets as a team to the collective in aiding and responding to some things that might have been slowing down consciousness here on Earth for quite some time. So
got it.
Yeah.
So, so it's a group of people, and I apologize because I'm having a hard time because there's some distortions going on. But it's a group of people. Is that correct? Is that what I hear you saying?
Yes, it's a group of light workers working together to raise the planet's vibration. Yes.
Got it. And how many people are we talking about involved in this group?
Globally, we have Team Light UK, Team Light, obviously United States, Team Light South America. I got my homies in Bahrain. I got my homies in New Zealand, Australia. We have, goodness gracious, China. I don't want to leave anyone out. UK, Bosnia, Romania, Germany, Belgium, the small islands outside of the UK. We've got, what else? Peru, South America, Chile. Where else? A lot of the great locations, and if you go to teamlight.com, if you go to the world map on there, which is it kind of takes everyone that kind of visits teamlight.com, it kind of shows the rest of the planet, and it has a very cool GPS thing where it kind of shows where you're punching in from. Everyone can see how many people from all over the planet are actually punching up to teamlight.com and checking it out. Right now, we just launched the site. I guess this is our pre-launch. I'm still working some of the kinks out. Unite the Collective is up and viable right now, but as far as some of the new stuff that's coming out and some of the new people involved with Team Light, we've created that for you at teamlight.com. All of our emails are there, and what I really like is the Facebook groups, which you can find through clicking on the links. There's some very gifted administrators and beings out there. Susan from Australia, love you. And there's a lot of people out there that in the groups, that run the groups, that really like to share a positive vibration with everybody, and they're awesome at what they do. So it makes everything, it makes this world that much smaller when we all communicate together. So
you're saying that you have satellite groups all over the world as well, not just one main group.
Yes. Well, like I said, Team Light. If you're a light worker, it's very, very cool, calm, and casual. It's if you, like I said, if you're here to raise the planet's frequency, here to raise the planet's frequency, and do that with the highest intent, That's what we're all about. And so it's really simple with that. And treat others like you like to be treated, and just help your brothers and sisters out. And that's what we're about.
Got it, got it. So now, is there a criteria for people to be involved with these groups with you in Team Light?
No, the Facebook groups are open to everybody. Some of the groups are open, some of the groups are closed. The admins are very nice, so you just ask that you want to join the group, and that's pretty much it as far as that goes. And obviously, the respect one another when you're in the groups. That's also very nice, and we really appreciate people sharing great information. I know one of my buddies from Spirit Science. He does an awesome job at that, and there's some really good intel and stuff that's been shared recently that you can find out at Team Light Intel on our Facebook group and stuff like that. Just collectively, everyone does such a good job at researching and finding these stories. The new bases found underwater, the different underground cities, new things that are happening across the planet, new discoveries, and there's so much new information coming out daily that it's nice to be able to go to different groups and get that information so you can understand some of the shifts and the reason behind those on Earth.
Got it, got it. Well, what are some of the... What are you talking about?
Well, I got you. Well, here's the deal. As far as my experience goes, to put that guys on it, the understanding on it. Well, for most of us, it's kind of like the true story of where and how we all got here. Kind of the true story for all of us as we figured out together, mind you. There's not one interpretation over another, but as we share our experience to understand that we do come from different places, some of us. Our souls might have made different experiences, okay? This Earth story is just a small... takes place over a small span of time compared to, our galaxy, our universe, okay? To understand the collective consciousness of beings which make up this awesome reality for us that allow us to be in this physical and enjoy this. And to understand and respect the hierarchy and our oversoul, our elder selves, and the higher dimensions which exist above us in real time, 24/7, 365. And being able to view that reality, hence your third eye. Sumerian text, 7,000 years old. I was in the Louvre 6 weeks ago. I was staring at the Sumerian tablets, 7,000 years old, where Sumerian god literally has the pine cone right on his forehead, going third eye. Use your third eye. Same thing in Vatican Square. Why do you think there's a 30-foot pine cone in the Vatican Square garden? Same thing when you go to Mexico, not Mexico, when you go to South America, you go to Peru, you go to Machu Picchu. And you'll see the chief standing there with the pine cone, sitting on top of his staff. Third eye, pineal gland. If you guys love Egypt, the eye, right? I love the Egypt stuff. I'm very fond of the Egypt story, and definitely played a part in that. And same thing. So the deal is that, can we utilize, our vessel, our bodies, our suits, our consciousness, and kind of take that beyond what we were told you could do with our basic five senses and actually expand that into truly what this vessel, our bodies, our conscience can truly do. That's what I feel is the most exciting thing about it. You don't have to be a kung fu master raised on a mountain somewhere to learn these things. You don't have to, it's like in this modern age, going inwards is the key. Finding that clarity is the key. And like I said and always say, is your higher self is your true teacher. We can just show you the way, or light bearers, light the way. But truly, your own inside of you is your own master, and to listen to that and listen to your intuition. Your intuition took a very long time to create, and I think it's very important that people begin to listening to their intuition more so, even for today especially.
Absolutely. So now, let me ask you this: what are some of the projects? What are some of the things that Team Light is undertaking or doing now to help humanity, to help the earth, to help the plant kingdom, so forth. What's going on with all that?
There's a lot of different things that we're all involved with as far as the different devices that we create. I make some products on galacticwands.com, but as far as sharing the technology, sharing the different recipes, and in ways to say, make an example being Orgonite or Orgon, it's very popular now. Creating piezoelectric devices which create negative ions to help clear out the energetic space. To assist and facilitate helping channelers and healers and those that actually help to shift the consciousness, to understand the power of the divine feminine, to be able to transmute some of the negative things that have taken place here, to embrace the divine feminine, very important, especially for all of us masculines learning what a divine masculine is once again, right? So to understand that each of us have these specific skill sets. And what is your passion? What is your strength? What things, cause you? What things bring you happiness? What things do you like to do? What type of mood do you like to be in? And helping others to get in that mood, to have, put a smile on their face, to kind of pick them up and dust them off. That's what we do for one another. And the faster we do that for one another, the faster the consciousness expands. And the faster the consciousness expands, the faster the collective moves. The faster the collective moves, the faster timeline we all get on. And the faster timeline we all get on, the sooner we can bring paradise and heaven to earth. I'm not seeing nor wanting to wait 30 or 40 years for this to take place. I'm not seeing this taking place in 10 years. I would like to see this take place over the next 3 to 5 years, personally. I think that we have many gifted, amazing beings here on Earth to help facilitate that, and that is one of the main reasons why many of us incarnated here. I don't think it was for many reasons. I've spoken to many beings that feel out of place here in 3D on Earth. They never felt like they belonged here. They don't understand nor respect, some of the things that they see. And many of them who have very big hearts, who feel a lot of things, they go into seclusion and isolation because they don't know what else to do due to the fact that it can be so turbulent here on Earth at times. But to understand that those are the same beings that we need so very much to help the collective process and raise our collective frequency so that we all can join in on that good vibe of love, understanding, and harmony.
Got it. So now, Team Light, what are you guys doing right now that's significant for what you're trying to accomplish?
So right now there's a couple of different activations coming up. I can't really speak too much about those right now. But to say that there are some very exciting things taking place here, and that we're all working very hard, and I feel that the summer solstice, right, is going to be very interesting and awesome for all beings here on Earth. I also want to tip my hat off to all those other beings that are also grid workers, light workers here on Earth, who are also doing their own activations, who operate, they don't operate in a team manner. But I wanted to say I've met some very, very gifted beings and awesome beings who do a lot of work on their own, and help facilitate that stuff alone. And to understand that, I respect, love, and admire your work. Because like I said, we are part of the collective. So together as one, we get this job done. And I think a team is the easiest way to answer that question, because together each achieves more. And I feel that we all want to accelerate this timeline into a place of peace and harmony, and together we can accomplish that much faster.
Absolutely. So now, and so you're saying you're doing some activations, and you're saying is that going to take place here in Arizona or somewhere else, or you're holding off on that?
No. Yeah. Well, if you go to teamlight.com and if you can go to the videos page. The videos are documented of the locations we've been to over the last 5 years, and I think a lot of that information can be stated there. As far as the activations and what really takes place, the main thing to understand is that when you are working with the collective consciousness throughout different timelines, okay? To understand that when turbulent or negative things happen, that energy stays there. There is no magical cleaning community that cleans up old battlefields on Earth. There is no magical committee that does that. We do that. You know, you got to incarnate in aspects of that angelic community to come down and clean that up. So as we clean up our own mess of the past, okay, I mean, just recently, for example, when I was in France, in northern France, and I was driving past Normandy, okay, in France. If any of you guys live out in the UK or in France and you guys want to do some healing, okay, in specific locations, I just visited Normandy to understand and to let the consciousness and collective know that this stuff still exists in that time parallel where those experiences or negative things were created. It just doesn't magically go away when the battle's over. No, those, especially when people lose their vessels and bad stuff happens, okay? But to stay positive about this whole situation, that to have the ability to help aid and process and guide and clear and adjust is some of the things that we work on as a collective. And if you have an active role in some of those things, and many gifted beings know, and many profound channels know this information, this is well known as far as when you go into an energetic area that has been, you know, I've visited many old Native American burial sites. Okay, for example, in Sedona. This is where I first learned my deal 5 years ago. I had to learn this on the job. I had to understand the frequency of this on the job. And as I went through those levels, and I stepped into my power to understand that to be the most awesome bus driver you could possibly be, to be the most awesome, captain in that manner you could possibly be, to those beings that you are aiding in adjusting or transitioning to the other side, or whatever that might be for you, okay? But I'm trying to say is your integrity, you having that loving heart space, you wanting to aid them and to be of service, that is the difference. You know, I'm here because of you, brother or sister. I'm here to help you get to where you need to be. Hi, my name's Ryan. That's the type of being that I would like to be, and I've seen that reflected many, many times with my friends and family who have had very similar experiences, and to understand that that responsibility, because it does carry. As you step into your power, many beings don't talk about the level of responsibility you also step into.
Absolutely.
And they also don't. The more power, the more you turn on this vessel in your oversoul, okay, just so everyone knows that's listening to me now, the more responsibility you're going to have. So, they always say, be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. You understand, okay, as a whole and as a collective, if you are one of those beings, to try to work and stay in your heart space and try to work with integrity, and try to help transmute some of the things that have happened here on Earth in the past that might have been detrimental for all of us, and to understand that that was an experience we collectively chose to have together, and to understand that we don't have to live in that timeline any longer. We get to choose our reality as a collective, and I can't wait to share my time and space with you guys in a higher frequency, 100,000%.
Absolutely, and you're absolutely correct. Right now, it's at the point that all of us are now literally co-creating our destiny, our future on this planet or elsewhere possibly. But right now, you're absolutely correct, and people just don't. A lot of people just don't have an understanding of that. So hopefully, more and more people will catch on to that and will have an understanding of that, and they will. And you're right. There's a lot of perks about being enlightened and being ascended. But I tell you what, you're absolutely correct. There's a lot of added responsibility that comes along with that, and you have to be willing to make that commitment. If you don't, then don't bother. Just stay home and just do your do at home and leave it at that. But there's a lot to be done. A lot between now and 2016, there's a lot of work, of service that needs to be done, and it's going to get really, really high traffic. A lot of stuff is going to be happening between now and then. And but then it's going to calm down after that. It's going to start to calm down more and more, and then literally heaven on earth is going to be a reality in its fullest fruition, and not just a concept that a lot of people are working with right now. And there are a lot of people right now that are working to ground and bring heaven to earth, rather than all of us waiting to die so we can go to earth or go to heaven. And so there's no reason for that. We can all live to heaven right here, right now. Why wait? Why not start now? Why wait till tomorrow? Why wait till we're deceased? And that doesn't make any sense. And all you have to do is change your mind and then start going with the flow. Start working with the flow. Start living with the flow. So, and thank you for that.
Yes, yeah, and it's a pleasure to be here with you guys. And I just truly feel completely positive about the things that I see on this planet. When I think of my future, I think of abundance. I see just so many gifted beings, especially the younger generation right now, who are going to blow right past my generation as indigos and our first wavers, and that is absolutely fantastic. I see that handing off of the torch. I see, a lot of beings stepping into their power, and I can't wait to be a part of something that awesome. I can't wait to, feel that love and reminder of home. And sometimes when you're a starseed or an angelic or whatever it might be, being that might not have had a physical experience in quite some time. Okay, let's say. You haven't been down here in a physical popsicle suit in quite some time. Okay. To understand that we share this experience together, and sometimes we go through negative things, sometimes we experience negative things. So when we are called upon, when we later are in our power, and a friend, family member, brother, or sister asks a question or for advice, you have already walked that walk, and you can aid them in your words and your being. And I find that sometimes some of us go through these lessons just so that we can have that experience to share with them. And I know sometimes down here it sucks. I know sometimes, the mind space stuff, the mind chatter stuff, the AM, FM, EMF, the Y, everything going through the airwaves. I understand, some of the tools of the trade to kind of keep the populace at a certain conscious level. It's tedious. Not only that, but some of us, especially when you turn on, you actually get to see what's going on. All I can try to say about that is, if you were sitting upstairs in the white robes, which an aspect of you is, okay, and this could be light or night, okay, I'm not trying to be biased here, I'm just trying to speak of the light right now. But if you were sitting in that position, how would you react to those beings or that consciousness that was in that place or in that frequency? And to try to remind yourself that you really are that being, you're just having a physical experience here. And to try to pump the brakes on this reality sometimes, and to remember that you are far older than this earth story they're feeding you. It's the whole thing doesn't add up. Okay, they're pulling 15, 20-foot skeletons out of the ground in Iraq, and they're trying to tell people it's a Photoshop competition, ladies and gentlemen. They're finding Anunnaki bases in the Busegi mountain range. Okay, Romania, Google it right now. Factual, 2003. Does the rest of the world know about it? No. Maybe they do. Okay. What I'm trying to say is the truth you seek is out there. Okay? And it is your job as an intelligent, sentient being of awesomeness to search and find it. Okay? And please don't have resentment for those who choose not to. Okay? Everyone chooses the path they wish to walk. Okay? You can't make somebody or someone's oversoul or soul piece go faster than they can actually go and comprehend. Okay? So have love and compassion for them, and understand that we're all in this together as a collective. So instead of pointing fingers and waving your finger at somebody, rather help them up and allow them to see and share in the experience that you're making and to understand where you're coming from. That is what this planet needs. This planet needs ambassadors. This planet needs translators. This planet needs those who walk beyond the borders of this world written in 3D, who can, have these dialogues from 3D all the way up to the higher dimensions, whatever, frequency you want to go to, but they can then translate that information to mass consciousness. That is what this world needs. And I think the faster and better we get at that job, the easier it is for our kids, the easier it is for those who come after us. We're trying to fix 10,000 years of programming of mental slavery in 3 generations swing. Okay? We're trying to fix 10,000 years of control programs in 3 generations. Okay? That's what's going on right now. So to understand that if you have a very pivotal role in that, come from your heart, come from integrity, and speak your truth. And that is all that matters. Because only the truth will be remembered here on this planet. Okay? And that's what, that's... It's not like, this country conquered this country and then wrote the history books. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, many spiritual people, God sees all. Only God can judge me. Only the collective can see. Well, they do see. Okay? Source does see. This energy does see. And it resonates with your heart. So speak your truth and have no fear here. For fear is false evidence appearing real. It is another control program set before every 3D vessel in this density. Understand these things, okay? And overcoming your fears and overcoming fear is what we all need to work on. And with that, my brother Andrew, I think I'm good, bro. I mean, is there anything else you want to share? I'm good. That was a lot of information for me.
I want to first of all the people in the chat room, I want to thank you for being here, and I do want to let you know that we're going to be doing a webinar series called the GPS Paranormal Golden Age Hangout in about 2 weeks from now. And so if you're interested in participating in it or checking it out, it's free. We're not charging anybody. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and see if I can. Right now, again, this is the first time we're actually going live with this system. It's never been done before. And so I'm just kind of working with it. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and put the link. It's not live yet, but the chat or the webinar opt-in button is not live yet. But we're gonna be working with it as we go. And there you go. So I posted the link to the webinar page. I believe, Brian, you're going to be speaking on Saturday, June 14th at noon. And so if you want to catch him, you can do that. Again, you can opt in for the whole webinar, or you can opt in and just attend his particular speech on Saturday at noon, or excuse me, on Saturday at noon, and then talk with him more about the Teen Light. So if you have any questions right now, you can write them in the chat room, and we'll entertain them as best we can, and as best we know how. And again, if you're interested in participating or checking out the webinar, the GPS Paranormal Golden Age Hangout, which is going to be about 2 weeks, then and on Sunday, this coming Sunday, that button is going to go live, and we're going to be blasting this out to a lot of people. And so if you're interested in participating in the webinar, checking it out, then you're going to want to go there to that page, opt in, and then the thing is, I haven't put this out there yet. The thing is that you're going to want to hang on to that link, that initial link, because that link is going to get you into all the presentations throughout the whole week. That exact same link. So you're not going to have to change links. And if something happens, then you can just go ahead and either write or email me, spiritualimage productions@yahoo.com, spiritualimage productions@yahoo.com, or go ahead and get another link and start all over again. So anyhow, Brian, do you have any questions at this point? Or anything you want to put out there at all that you haven't talked about yet?
Oh, no problem. If you guys want to see some of the documentaries and instructional videos, you guys can go to anomalyentertainment.com. If you guys would like to see some of the energy products that we create here, over here on Team Light, and there'll be a new services page and members page. The members page is created right now at teamlight.com. I have so many awesome friends and family members up there, and they all are very, very amazing and are very gifted at what they do. You can check that out under teamlight.com and simply just go to members page. If you guys like to know how to create some sacred space in your rooms, you can, or if you guys like energy tools, check out galacticwands.com. That's at galacticwands.com. If you guys love pyramids or how to create a pyramid set in your room, you can go to ipyramids.net. And my brother Jason is amazing at what he does, and he makes the organite capstones and the connector sets for people's sacred space. And as far as everyone else, go to the Team Light members page, and you can check it out. And there's all kinds of information on different PC electric devices, which you can find at etherictech.com. So with that, my brother, I wish you the best. I hope you have an amazing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I can't. Yes.
I look forward to talking to you in June 14th on Saturday, and again, we're going to be living this experience. Hopefully, I think so far it's going pretty smoothly, all things considered. Yeah. But I think it'll go even smoother even then. So and again, for those of you that are listening on Blog Talk Radio or freeconferencing.com, and also for the people in the chat room, I went ahead and put together a page, a public page. It's called the GPS Paranormal Golden Age Hangout. If you go to Andrew Lowell's fan page, you can find it there, and then just go there. I'm going to put the same link that I put here in the chat room here on Webinar Jam. I'm going to put that same link on that fan page. So if you want to go to there and check out all the people that are going to be speaking throughout, it's going to be for a whole week, 4 times a day at 10 a.m., noon, 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. We're going to have people speaking every day for a whole week, 4 times a day. And if you want to go check out the schedule, you can click on the link, and that'll give you the itinerary for everybody that's going to be speaking, what they'll be speaking about, and a brief description. So,
awesome.
Thank you very much, Ryan. I appreciate you coming here. Have a God weekend. And
you too. Blessings to everyone across Earth. Blessings. Thank you for viewing and being with us, and it was a pleasure being here with you. Thank you.
Awesome. And thank you everybody else for stopping by. Have a God-guided weekend. That you are always have been and always will be. Aloha.
Aloha.